This week's number one is a film we saw last Friday with our free tickets.
Right.
This is Everest, and it's a mammoth of a film.
It is. It's all well. You missed out there. It's a mountain of a film.
Well, I was trying not to go for mountain.
Oh,
Ain't
Liam.
no mountain high.
You disappoint there. So a film by Baltasar
I am disappointed.
Cormacour.
Yeah.
That's his name. But this is a true story, which I did not know because I didn't realise that. But
I mean, it's in all the trailers and posters.
It takes
but
you back to I know, but I wasn't really paying attention to that. I was more paying attention to like Jake Gyllenhaal and
shirtless.
Jason. No. And Jason Clarke's wife, because we're gonna go climbing on the mountain together.
Just the three of us.
Just the three of us.
Go and stop me.
We'll go back to May in 1996, and we've got two expeditions. We've got adventure consultants and mountain madness that meet at the base camp of obviously Mount Everest in Nepal. In the following days, Rob Hall, played by Jason Clarke, is one of the three guides for adventure consultants, whose clients include Beck Weathers, played by Josh Brolin, who had been climbing for 10 years, Doug Henson, played by John Hawkes, who I have seen. I recognise that face quite a bit, but he was climbing to prove that an ordinary man can pursue an extraordinary dream, and which is also a few sort of foreign expats who are with there alongside for the journey. He has got a pregnant wife at home, played by Keira Knightley, who's she's like the emotional anchor back home. But the whole film revolves around sort of the rivalry between adventure and mountain madness, which is led by Jason Clarke of Adventure and Jake Gyllenhaal and the other team, and they sort of have to find ways to get up the mountain. But obviously they get hit by a storm, as we see in the trailer, and things go sour very, very quickly, as you would expect in a place where you're literally dying at the summit.
You're literally dying.
They make a lot of
The Death Zone. The Death Zone people.
I wasn't
Should have been the first
because
film.
of the trailer, because it didn't look, it looked a bit baity, but I think it did work. This film is quite good. It was enjoyable. You really did get to feel the chill. You said yourself you felt the chill in the cinema.
I bought ice cream.
Chills.
And about an hour in,
I really do feel like I have frostbite.
you hear the whistle of the wind in the room, and you're looking at nothing but snow.
Yeah.
And you do get
Snow.
cold.
It's only snow.
It's only snow.
And you had to. I actually had to put my coat on. It was,
Yeah, you did put.
But I really liked the way it was directed, because you really did get a sense of scale. It mixed the CG with the real shit. I really want to see the behind the scenes of just how much was filmed in the environments, because we needed to get that sense of scale. Lots of tracking shots, lots of establishing shots of where you were going. So you can find exactly where on the mountain. Obviously they make sure to point out all of the places they're going to, like the creek and obviously the ridges. But you really did get a sense of like a massive adventure. That did really turn sour really fast. And when it does turn sour, it's really quite scary a little bit. Like you really do get a sense of like this force of oncoming, unstoppable nature, and I really did like that about this. It's just I think it's a really, really, really enjoyable film.
I know, yeah.
Like, I'm not going to say it's going to be anywhere near me top list, but it's just an enjoyable time out.
It's one of the better, bigger films I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, the trailer sold as like I thought it was going to be like a full-on massive disaster film.
Yeah.
But not surprisingly, it did have a lot of emotion in it.
Yeah.
And certainly from the trailer, you get the impression that it's sort of like some like survivor story.
Yeah, but it's like no,
But-
it's grim.
But you go into it and you think. I mean, if you know the story, then like obviously you're not gonna be surprised. But
It avoids a lot of cliches as well that I was expecting.
Well,
kinda. Kinda, yeah.
Just the
like,
three of us.
just-
Like, oh, come on, man.
What I am
Well,
gonna
that's true, but like,
Yeah.
what I will say is don't read up on it. Don't read up on the story, because
No.
it gets genuinely emotional.
gets
in the end. I
emotional.
felt myself beginning to. Get there.
Catching you by surprise was very good.
rare
So-
for one of these films. There actually is stakes.
Yeah,
There actually is some kind of suspense
and
in
you
there.
care
like,
for them. You
is
care for
it-
everybody.
Is he? Is she? Like,
Because
it's
Jake Gyllenhaal plays a bit of a bad guy, but like not a bad guy, but like
it's closer to
up on his own ego.
closer to his Nightcrawler character than.
But you still
Southpaw.
care for him, because like these are all real people trying to take on one of the biggest challenges in the world.
This is an interesting point that I think a lot of people bring up. The fact that they all did it on their own will. These are rich people who have paid to essentially
True.
face death.
Yeah,
So where do you stand on that?
I didn't really think about that at all, because
See, I didn't think
if
about
they're
it until
brave
afterwards.
enough to take. I mean, obviously Doug, the character, he's sort of the moral grounding. He's the normal
Yeah.
guy. He just wants to take on a challenge because he's a postman, wasn't he, or something like that?
postman,
Yeah,
yeah.
and he had a flag to show the kids. I think that's probably that's probably the moral grounding within it all.
Well, it doesn't really matter what we think, because if you're gone up against Mount Everest, it doesn't care. It's
No,
it's going to
it's-
kill you.
it's gonna kill
Yeah, as the film says a lot of times, like, Everest is.
I mean, if you've got the
Yeah.
bravery to go up against one of the biggest
Yeah.
challenges on Earth, then
Yeah.
power to you.
Yeah, but if you don't, obviously you're gonna die.
Yeah.
So
Bunch of cowards. He types sitting in his home on the couch.
It's an amazing visual spectacle. The 3D elements, obviously we didn't see it in 3D, but you can see where it would work.
I think it would have been quite
The
effective.
bits that
in 3D.
work, sitting there watching it, going, "Oh, I wonder what this looks like in 3D." It's not the stuff that pops out; it's the stuff that like pops in, like the
pops.
sort of depth. I like the look
Yeah.
at the depth of it all, like the sort of. There's a scene where Josh Brolin's on the bridge and the camera's sort of on top, and you see down, and that's the scary part because you feel like you're there, and you.
It lingers as well. Like you get to see the chasms.
And I said this after the film, and you sort of, because I knew you always do when I say an opinion, you always like snort at me like no. But I said this film it's the film that I think best captures the sort of horror and sort of trauma of this kind of situation of being trapped since Gravity. I think it has
or
that.
maybe 127 hours.
Well, I'm just thinking in terms of like literally
Recently,
time-wise.
literally
Gravity 2
time-wise.
years ago. It has that sort of, especially when you cut back to the camp and you've got Emily Watson and Sam Worthington and Elizabeth Debicki, and they all. And there's been a lot of praise for Emily Watson. She gives a really good performance and a really emotive and really reactive performance. And there's some pretty good Australian accents as well for a cast of a few Australian people. There are some pretty good ones.
You get the brutal sense of helplessness, and that's more
Yeah.
important. Because if it didn't have that, it wouldn't work. Because you'd just be
Yeah.
like, I don't care for these people. I don't care for this situation.
Any other films you can think of like that before we finish up?
127 hours.
Yeah.
127 hours?
Gravity.
Certainly, if
I'm
anybody,
trying to think, not as recent. I don't know.
yeah,
Alive.
if you can
Probably
buried,
alive. Buried. Yeah. Alive.
If you can think of any, get in touch with us. Let us
Letter
know.
Never Sent. That's
Yeah.
similar.
Letter Never Sent.
Trapped in Siberia. Come on.
There you go.
There you go.
So
a bear.
film of the week for me is Everest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm surprised that we all enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It looked a bit
Not
soapy.
for me, it'd
and
be Legend. But
Legend.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say.